Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Embroidery by Gossamer. In this video, let's learn how to use a flexi hoop for doing hand embroidery. I am using casement cloth and a flexi hoop, and let me show you how to fix the cloth on the frame and how to trace a beautiful pattern on top of it. First of all, you have to separate out the inner part and outer part of the frame as shown in the video. Next, you have to place the inner part of the frame on the table, then place the piece of the cloth which you have to fix on the frame on top of it as shown in the video. Next, take the outer part of the frame and try to fix the cloth on it as shown. While fixing the cloth, make sure that the cloth is really tight and there are no foldings on the cloth. Using scissors, cut off the extra cloth around the frame. Make sure to leave around 2 cm gap from the frame while cutting off the extra cloth. It is better to cut off the extra cloth because while doing hand embroidery, it will be easy for us to have no extra cloth around the frame. Now we have cut off the extra cloth around the frame. Next, what we have to do is we are going to trace a beautiful floral embroidery pattern on this frame. Remember that flexi hoops are flexible compared to wooden frames. They are more beautiful and better looking and will give you a better finishing. These embroidery frames are available on Amazon. For tracing the flowers, I am using Pro Circle as usual. Then using a heat erasable pen, I am going to draw the circles. These circles represent the flowers of different sizes. Make sure to leave some space from the outer frame while tracing the flowers. The flowers should not overlap each other, but make sure that the flowers are touching each other and there are no spaces left between the flowers. I'm drawing the pattern such that the central flower is the biggest and reducing the size of the flowers as I go sideways. While tracing with a heat erasable pen, make sure that you are not darkening the drawings. Because if you darken the drawings beyond a certain limit, it will be hard to rub them off once you finish the hand embroidery. Try and trace a symmetric pattern on top of the frame as shown in the video. I have drawn 5 flowers of different sizes at the bottom, and I will be drawing a similar pattern with the biggest central flower and smaller flowers towards sideways on top of the frame. Since this is an elliptical shaped embroidery frame, it will be better to have a symmetric pattern on top as well as the bottom. So you can see I have drawn the flowers, 5 flowers at the bottom and 5 flowers on top. Next, let's trace the leaves. While tracing the leaves, make sure that the leaves are traced in the gaps between the flowers. The leaves must be thick and big enough. Do not draw more than 2 leaves at a gap because if you draw more than 2 leaves, it will look very much congested. Also, the number of leaves must be double the number of flowers. If there are 10 flowers, there should be minimum 20 leaves. The more the number of leaves, the more beautiful the pattern will look. Also, the leaves must be thick and big enough. Make sure not to draw very small leaves on the floral pattern. To draw the branches and twigs, you have to leave some spaces without drawing the leaves. As you can see, I have left some space between some flowers at both top and bottom. So I have finished drawing the leaves. Next, to make the pattern more colorful and beautiful, I am adding branches, and on top of the branches I am adding tiny flower buds. The flower buds must be smaller than the leaves, and I am drawing the flower buds in the shape of tiny water drops. Next, add twigs in the gaps that we left between the flowers. Twigs are tiny branches, so while adding the twigs, you have to draw three lines which are converging towards the bottom. The length of the twigs must not exceed more than 1 centimeter. 5 to 6 bunches of twigs are more than enough to make a pattern look beautiful. To make the upper side more symmetric, I am adding branches on top also. So we have finally finished tracing the floral pattern on the cloth which is fixed on a flexi hoop. The usage of flexi hoops are different when compared to normal wooden hoops. They are also a bit expensive compared to normal wooden hoops. The detailed embroidery tutorial of this pattern will be explained in the next video. Okay, now let me share a tiny secret with you. I am planning to make an embroidery hoop for me and my husband. So I transformed this embroidery hoop to our wedding hoop. The detailed tutorial of the hoop along with our wedding videos will be uploaded in the next video. So until we meet again, bye bye.